Let me get everything going. I'm trying to figure out this TikTok thing right now. So hopefully everyone's having a great Saturday night, Monday night, whatever day of the week it is. Um, and let me just get this all set up. So right now, Bitcoin has been kind of going sideways for the last 2 weeks. This is Monday, so this is our longer live stream. And let's kind of see what's going on in the crypto markets. Right now, the fear and greed index is neutral or it's in slight fear. So we are going to look at that, see what's going on. If you guys new, appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe. It does help support the channel. I do appreciate it. And if you guys want to join the trading group, we have a Telegram group, which is free to join. Link to join is on TikTok and YouTube. And if you guys want to join the Discord, where I give you Bitcoin setups every day and sometimes altcoin setups if the market is doing good. Or if it's doing bad, I give you short setups. Link to join is on my YouTube channel for the Discord. That is $30 a month. Let me share my screen with you and we'll get into it. So, like always, we're going to go over and look at the crypto fear and greed index. Right now, we're sitting at 47. Now, I think that's pretty close to where we were yesterday. Or 2 days ago when I went live. And remember, this is Monday, so the next time I will be live will be on Saturday at 11 p.m. Central Time. But I believe 47 is pretty close. I have to get one more thing set up. I believe that's pretty close to where we were 2 days ago. So let's kind of see what let's go see what Bitcoin's doing. Also, one more thing I do want to look at is Bookmap. This tells you where the most orders are at, and it tells you where the most liquidity is at for Bitcoin. So usually wherever the orders are at or the liquidity is at, that's usually where Bitcoin goes. So right now we can see, if I go full screen here, that Bookmap has more liquidity. Well, you can see that there's a lot of liquidity at 97,000, but I would also say that you have even liquidity down here at 95,800, although it's about the same. I would say it's the same at 97,000 and 95,800. If you guys were in my Discord, I said that it's most likely that Bitcoin gets a little bit of a move to the upside because the 4-hour time frame is oversold. So it's most likely, in my opinion, based on my years of doing this, which has been for about 4 years, that Bitcoin does get a slight move to the upside, maybe up to 97,000. I was saying in the Discord that I saw about 100,000 being the most likely situation for Bitcoin. I didn't post much today because it was a holiday, but that is what I said in the Discord. And you can see the 4-hour time frame. You still have 3 hours left on this candle. The 4-hour time frame still has a falling wedge on the 4-hour time frame, and most recently now it's getting a small move to the upside. Now, do we all get all the way to 100K by the time the 4-hour time frame is overbought and before you get a rollover? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But my point still stands that usually the price is drawn to the 4-hour, 200-day moving average. And you can see on the 50-minute time frame, the smaller time frames, you're not above it though. So the first key to even getting moved on the 4 to the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour would be for these smaller time frames to start getting above the 200-day moving average. And so far, we haven't really done that. Even the 15-minute time frame is not above it. So until that really happens, I wouldn't be looking for 100K, but it's something to have on your radar because that is a major resistance. The first major resistance you have to get above for Bitcoin, though, before you get to 100K would be 97,200. That is very strong resistance for Bitcoin. So that's just something that we have to look at. Okay, so let's start on the 50-minute time frame and work our way down. Like I was just saying on the 4-hour, I want to see the 50-minute get above the 200-day moving average, which is coming in right now at 96,449. You can see that the 15-minute time frame, although it's kind of ugly and it's kind of choppy, has and for right now is making a higher low. The question is, can we continue higher off of this higher low, or what is going to happen? Your previous low, you can see, was right here, sitting at 95,435. Right now, can you make a higher low at 95,880? I mean, that is a higher low of $300. So to me, it's nothing to write home about. The 1-hour time frame below the 200. So to me, short-term bearish until you get back above 96,869. The 1-hour time frame is also getting close to being overbought, which for me is a slightly, ever so slightly lower high. Then going back to the 4-hour time frame, we're obviously below it because I just talked about that. That is coming in at $100,314. So to me, the 4-hour time frame is likely to still get a move to the upside because you oversold on the RSI. But do we go all the way to 100,300? Well, it's unlikely, at least until you can break 97,200, which is major resistance. So if you break 97.2, we could be talking about that 4-hour 200-day moving average being hit. But for right now, 97.2 is the next target for the bulls to break through. And so far today, there's not much volume because it's a holiday. I think if it was a holiday, maybe we'd have more price action. Tomorrow will be interesting. You have to understand that tomorrow, because it was a holiday today, Monday or Tuesday is going to trade like a Monday, which is usually Mondays have the lowest liquidity of any day of the week. And then I would say the second lowest in a normal trading week would be Friday. So that's kind of what I see going on for Bitcoin. I see a small bounce coming for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, but how high do we get is the question. Can you break 97.2 is the real question for Bitcoin. So that is kind of what I'm looking at right now, is a move to the upside here for Bitcoin. But the 4-hour time frame has gas. 8-hour time frame right now is very oversold. You can see the RSI just starting to get a curve to the upside. Money flow looks interesting, not great, not horrible on the 8-hour time frame for Bitcoin. So that is something to take note of. The 8-hour time frame for Bitcoin looks very good to me for a move to the upside. You're oversold on the RSI. Money flow looks okay, not fantastic, but it looks good for that. If we jump up to the 12-hour time frame now, the 12-hour time frame never got completely oversold, so that might need a little more downside. But overall, it's starting to look better. Money flow to me, even on the 12-hour time frame for Bitcoin, doesn't look fantastic. Again, you just have to short-term get above 97.2, and then if you do that, we can be more bullish. The daily time frame to me looks kind of bad. You try to get the move up, you're kind of rolling over. That's kind of bad. Money flow looks fine on the daily. The 2-day, same situation, not much better. Even the 3-day money flow doesn't look fantastic. It is almost oversold, but you never got oversold. And the 3-day on the RSI looks fine. So weekly is oversold. I think Bitcoin's about to see a massive move though, because the weekly time frame is oversold. And I talked about this on this chart, at least, of getting moved to 156,000 to 170,000 on this weekly time frame. We've had what? Since the all-time high, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks, almost 3 months of sideways price action since the all-time high, the first all-time high of this bull run, which I would say was around $107,000 to $108,000. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. Can we get the move to 156,000? That's the real question. So to me, the weekly time frame looks very bullish. The daily, 2-day, and 3-day look okay, but the weekly looks very bullish. So the only way though we can get a move the only way the weekly is going to play out is for the smaller time frames to kind of get the love. And so far, I'm just not seeing that. Like even on the smallest of time frames, we have to get above 97.2, and to me, we haven't done that yet. Again, Bookmap does have liquidity up here at $97,000, but can we get the move to 97,000 or 97.2? Bookmap suggests that we can, but the price action has to now follow through. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. My only request is that you guys hit the like button. It does help support the channel, and I do appreciate it. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for Bitcoin, is a slight move to the upside, probably at least to the resistance at 97.2. But then the question is, can you break it? If you can't break it, then obviously we get rejected, and then the next downside target would be 95K. So I'll say this, I'm only in one trade right now. And that is currently Ondo, which has a $3.9 billion market cap. I got into this trade at $1.20. $21.7, so in the money a very little, and I think this is a 20x short, maybe it's a little less, but that's the trade I'm in right now. And pretty much I didn't put much into the trade. My stop loss is my liquidation at $1.30, and I'm keeping my stop loss slightly above the 200-day smooth moving average on the 15-minute time frame. So I guess now I could move my stop to 128. My liquidation's 130, so I could do that. So I usually don't do that, but right now I'm using my stop loss and liquidation as the same thing. And since my liquidation was 130, I will move my stop now to $1.28 after the stream is over. So that's something I need to do. But Ondo to me looks just very bearish. If we go up to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that You got rejected off this resistance at $1.45, and every time you get rejected off that level, you usually have come back down to close to $1 at least, or $1. So that's what I'm looking for. If we get close to $1, I'll be happy. But that's what I'm seeing on Ondo right now. It looks like it does want to roll over. Yeah, I'll do XRP. I just need to see some love in the chat. So, anyways, that's kind of what I see on Ondo. But yeah, I see Ondo unfortunately rolling over, and so that is the short I'm in. The higher time frames are oversold, so at some point maybe Ondo goes to $1 one more time. If it goes to $1 one more time, maybe that's your bottom. It depends if Bitcoin's in a bear market or not. I think Bitcoin is not in a bear market based on what I just went over, the weekly chart being oversold. So I think if Bitcoin starts to get moved to new all-time highs, these top coins will get some love. But for right now, Ondo really needs to hold $1 if you continue to get the move to the downside. Yeah, so that's kind of what I see going on for Ondo. So appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. And with that being said, that's what I wanted to go over. I'm not currently watching any meme coins right now. The market's kind of just been dry, and I wouldn't be touching any memes on Solana. To be honest with you, I just think the market's kind of shitty right now, especially while it's a holiday weekend. So I appreciate Maya for the follow. So I will say I'm watching Tesla this week, and I did sell Tesla around 320, or maybe it was 325, but I don't regret it because it's at 355 right now. But if I'm looking at the 5.5 hour time frame, it's like making a lower high. So I'm still watching this. Now here's the thing: I would get back into this if you can make a higher low on this 5.5 hour time frame. Otherwise, to me right now, that's a lower high in the 5.5 hour. And that's just very bearish for Tesla. And then before that, your last local high was 440. Now, as of right now, unless you have a green week or something, you're making a lower high at 365. So to me, Tesla's bearish right now, and I would expect a lower high now. I would expect a lower low below 316. If that doesn't happen, then and if you make a higher low, I could be a buyer in Tesla again. I usually don't go over the stocks very much, but Tesla's one of the biggest ones in the stock market, and I believe Tesla's like the Bitcoin of the stock market. So I do watch Tesla quite frequently, and it's a technology-based, car-based stock. They're trying to make AI, so I think it's an interesting company to watch. I don't really support everything they do, but I know if I can make money on it, I'm gonna be a buyer or seller of it. So Tesla right now looks kind of bearish to me. Just something to take note of. So with that being said, that's kind of what I see going on for Tesla. If you guys have any requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at them. Otherwise, that's kind of what I wanted to look at. I think Ethereum was getting the move up this week, so let's go over and look at Ethereum as well. So I will make this into a new chart. And then this can be Ethereum. I'll look at the 4 hour time frame for Ethereum right now. So Ethereum right now is an interesting position. There's two situations that you could be in, and to me the charts are not very clear. So I'm going to give you both situations. You're either in a very bearish pattern. I'll go over the bearish pattern first. And you're going to make a descending triangle here, which they are very bearish. And it's just taking a really long time to play out. And I will get you the measure move for this in a second. But the bearish scenario, if you don't take the crazy wick and you just take the last local low of the bottom of the descending triangle, that tells you that that Ethereum has a possible measure move of $1,600. Do we really go that low down to $1,600? Descending triangle is anytime that you see a massive downtrend, and that would be your flat, or that would be your pole right here. This bunch of red candles on the 4 hour time frame, and then when you make lower highs but the same lows minus that crazy wick, that is a descending triangle. These break down 68% of the time. Your measure move is just above $1,600. You don't have support there, so if you hit 1,600, I mean your next support below that is $1,200. So just something to take note of. Ethereum looks pretty bearish to me right now, but I will say that's the bearish scenario. The bearish scenario is that the 4-hour time frame, which is overbought right now, continues to go to the bottom of the pattern, and then you probably just do something like this: go to the bottom of the pattern, go to the top at least one more time, and then you maybe break down or you get at least one more balance. Who knows how long it goes out for? But that's the bearish scenario. The bullish scenario is if I go back and I get rid of that and I get rid of all this. Okay, the bullish scenario for Ethereum right now would be that that's your low, and then this what you would consider this your like flagpole right here, which I really, because it was part of a downtrend, I can't really see that. But your bullish situation is that you look at it from this low, and then you get the bounce, and then you would see this as a bull flag. By the books and basically what I've done over the last few years, that's not how I would see it. But I will say that would get you right to resistance, and then the bear scenario would get you to no support. So the most likely situation, especially a big one still in a bull market, even though Ethereum has not done well this bull run, would be that Ethereum does get a move up to about $3,600, which is very 35.68 is resistance. And if you only get to 35.68, that would not be bad at all. If you get to 3,500 even, that'd be a good situation. If that does happen, you would also have to break 30.65, which is resistance for Ethereum. So those are the two scenarios. And I think this second scenario is most likely to play out because we're in a bull run. But I would say that most of the time you get a crazy wick like that down, that does become another bear flag. But if I had to take a bet, I would take the bet that you go long here on Ethereum because we're in a bull market. Anything is possible. This is not financial advice. That's just what I see going on in the chart. So that's kind of what I see going on. I don't know what's going on, but there's not much love in the chat today. I'm not sure. Usually Mondays are the best day to go live. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's kind of what I see going on for Ethereum. I think the most likely situation is that Ethereum does get the move to the upside, and yeah, we can go from there if that happens. But that's just kind of what I see going on for Ethereum. So, there was another token that I wanted to look at. I can't remember. Oh, I remember what it was. Digibyte. So I hardly ever look at this, but I thought we might as well. If I can, I don't even remember what the ticker for this is. DIGI Oh, it's DGB. All right. So Digibyte. This is a very old coin, and I gotta say, Digibyte looks kind of bearish to me. I drew this probably a long time ago. That I saw this as a rounded bottom, and then you make your handle, and then I was hoping to make a cup of handle, but I would say that the handle has now broken down, and you are actually a very bearish sentiment. The daily time frame just made a lower high, and if you guys can see this, this is like a bear flag, and this is a pretty clear bear flag, unlike the last one we looked at, Ethereum, which was 50-50 in my opinion. This is like a bear pennant. You could either say it's a bear pennant like that or descending triangle, and either way, they're very bullish, bearish. They both break down 68% of the time. I gotta say, that looks more like a bear pennant, or I'm sorry, a descending triangle to me, and that would suggest that a Digibyte. Oh, wow, man. You think Digibyte's going to zero? That's kind of insane. That's kind of what the chart suggests. Even if you take the conservative short here on Digibyte, it's still suggesting that Digibyte goes all the way down to like 0.0019. That's quite crazy. That's 80% lower than we are right now. But you are below the 200-day moving average currently at 9.1. And anytime I see that happen, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it, Nite. Anytime I see that happen, I am pretty bearish on any asset. So I don't know if you get the entire measure move to the downside, but Digibyte, if you take out this low here at 64, this thing is cooked. I mean, so that's just something to take note of. I mean, I don't know how many people trade it, but I do know on a video I had that someone requested it a few days ago. So I thought I'd look at it in the live stream. Also, for the people that are watching on YouTube or on TikTok, we have a YouTube live stream. So if you guys want to see the entire screen, that would be a good place to go. But that's just what I see going on for Digibyte. Let's go look at XRP. So XRP right now on Coinbase. It looks like XRP to me. Well, let's just, I can't tell you. So the daily time frame made a lower high, right? Your previous high was basically all-time high. Well, it was $3. And I hope to the Lord, especially for all the XRP holders, that if the XRP can actually get a new all-time high. The all-time high is just under $4 for XRP. And right now, I got to say, XRP looks pretty bad. That's a lower high on the daily. And it just isn't looking fantastic. So XRP, like you got rejected now, $2.90 for a while was support. And now at this point, it's resistance. And now the question is, can you hold the support at 230 or 240? 240, I would say. If you can't do that, your next support is $2. And for right now, the daily looks pretty bad. 2-day and 3-day still are oversold. Weekly is getting close to being oversold. But like, this doesn't look great. I will say you had to move all the way to the downside, up down to $1.72. But I'm just seeing this as, since from up here, 290 to me is not good. 290, at least on the daily, 290 is a lower high. If you go down to the smaller time frames, it is not a lower high. But on the 12-hour time frame, it's still a lower high. If you go down to the 8-hour time frame, that's a lower high. If you go down to the 6-hour time frame, that is a higher high. So 8-hour and over is bearish for XRP based on that alone. But like the 4-hour time frame, I would love to say that that's like a falling wedge, but you have to hold this low here at 260. If you can't hold this low at 260 for XRP, then it's over. Then this is going to probably dump down to $2. If you can hold that capitulation low there at 260, then we're going to be okay. But for right now, if you don't hold that level, if you don't hold 260, I'd be looking for basically 240, not $2, 240. If you don't hold 260, I'd be looking for 238 to 240 on XRP. If you can hold 260 and get the bounce, I'd be looking for a move to about $3.20, pretty close to all-time highs. So I would be looking for a bounce here at 260. If you don't get the bounce at 260, again, I would be looking for 240 on XRP. It looked good for a while, but now this most recent candle is like a bearish engulfing candle. That's a very bearish pattern, or a bearish candle, I should say. And usually when I see that, you take out this low on any asset, which is currently sitting at 260. If you lose 260, then 240 looks likely. I know I've said that 3 times now, but that's just what I see. So also, you have to understand, let's go down to the half-hour time frame for XRP. You lost the 200-day moving average, I should say. And then whenever you lose it on the 30-minute time frame or 33-minute time frame, I would look for the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, that would be at 258. And if you're below 260, I'd be looking for 240. If you lose the 1 hour 200-day moving average, which we haven't yet, I'd be looking for the 2 hour. That's at 254. And then you could jump to the 3 or 4 hour. If you jump down to the 4 hour time frame, where would the 200 be sitting? Well, that's above us, I guess. And that is not good. Where's the 3 hour? The 3 hour would also be above us. So let's see what happens. But to me, XRP looks pretty bearish. If you don't get the bounce here at 260, you must get the bounce here at 260. If you don't, it's bear city for this. Thank you guys for the likes again. I appreciate you, Nite. You're holding up this chat. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's just what I see going on for XRP. So to wrap things up, if you guys have any requests for altcoins, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be back live on Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. But that's just what I see going on. And again, I'm in the Ondo trade. It's right now doing quite well, I will say. It actually just made a new low, so let's go. That's awesome, for me at least. And again, Ondo, the next macro support is $1. So if we go back to Bitcoin, let's see if Bookmap has changed at all. I don't expect that it would have changed that quickly, but we'll go over and look at this again and kind of digress what's going on. So now we can't even see 97K because Bitcoin must have slipped a little bit lower. Now the most liquidity, as far as what I can see now, is 95,000. If that does happen, my short on Ondo is going to probably do really well. But that is not good to break that 100K barrier, or even 97 too. So now, like, since I started the trade, Bitcoin's gone down $200, and we're even further from that 97.2 resistance. And if you, as far as I'm concerned, if you do not crack 97.2, again, the next support I see is 95K. That's also where you have a lot of liquidity on Bookmap. So to me, at this point, I was hoping for a bounce on the 4-hour time frame. But you can see, like, if you look at this RSI, you can see it's starting to curve sideways ever so slightly. It's not going straight up anymore. It's starting to curve sideways ever so slightly, and sometimes that doesn't matter. But when price is struggling to get a bounce, and then you see that, that is not a good combination. Also, when you see Bookmap has more liquidity down at that support, that's not a good sign. Like, if this red candle takes out this low, the most recent 4-hour candle at 95,482, that's going to almost signify 100% that we're going to go another $500 lower to that 95K support, and maybe even down to that local low. Well, I guess the last local low on Bitcoin was even 95K on the 4-hour time frame, or slightly above it. So yeah, to me, I would actually say I was, earlier today I was looking for 97.2 and then maybe 100K. I'm not seeing that now unless Bitcoin can get back above this high here at 96.3. If you can't do that, you are going down to 95K. And then the next support below 95K would be about maybe 94K, but really the next big one I see would be 91.9 for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin really needs to get the bounce here. But I hate to say it, at this point I'd be calling for 95K. It just looks like the most likely scenario. Earlier today I was looking for 97 and hopefully 100. I don't really see that likely anymore based on Bookmap, based on the bearish engulfing candle, and based on everything I've seen. It just looks likely that Bitcoin is going to hit 95K, and which is only $700 lower. It wouldn't be that crazy, but that's just kind of what I see. It just looks likely that overnight we do get a small correction to the downside, and I guess I'll leave it at that. So that's just kind of unfortunately the scenario that I see for Bitcoin and for the markets going into tomorrow. So it doesn't look great, but stay in there. We will survive this. So that's kind of what I wanted to look at. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me see. So this week I was also trading LRC. This is like another coin that's just done absolutely horrible this bull market, and this was an awesome short. If I wasn't in the auto trade, I would have been trading this. You lost a 15-minute day 200 smooth moving average at 13.5 cents, and now you dump down to 13. In all reality, that's not a crazy move, but that's, you took out the low there. That's also, again, if you're using leverage, that's a decent move to the downside. So, I mean, I saw this also. I guess you got the move to the upside so you can negate it, but this looks pretty bearish to me. I also see a M pattern right now on Ondo, or on this, and on LRC. So if I jump up to the 4-hour time frame for LRC, really, you have the next support I see for LRC, and I know not many people trade it, but it's been a kind of volatile coin recently, so it's been a good one to trade, would be 12 cents. If you take out the wick at 12 cents, I'd be looking for 10 cents exactly. And if you take out 10 cents, it's a very bad situation. And then really your next support below 10 cents is, well, I don't know. Do we have any price action below that level on this chart? I guess we do. Yeah, we do. But then the next support below 10 cents would be like 7 cents on LRC. So LRC would be another one I'd watch. Again, I'm not in the trade because I'm in Ondo, and right now Ondo's doing just as good as LRC for a move to the downside. But LRC right now looks very bearish as well. So we'll see what happens, but I'm looking for kind of a bearish move in the markets. Maybe part of the reason that my viewership has gone down the last few days is because the market's kind of gone sideways. Maybe another reason is that it is a holiday, so that is fair. But anyways, that's what I see going on. I think the most likely scenario for Bitcoin tonight is that we do get the move down to about 95,000. And for me, I would actually enjoy that because obviously it'd be really good for my shorts. So we'll see what happens, but that is the most likely scenario is 95K is in the cards for tonight on Bitcoin. I could be wrong, but that's just what I see. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I'll be back live at 11 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. Until then, trade safe and have a great week. And for the few people that showed up, appreciate it. I'll see you guys on Saturday for our next live stream at 11 p.m. Central Time. If you guys want to join the trading group, links are in the description below, as well as the Telegram, which is free to join. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for stopping by. Cheers and have a great night. Adios. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to end the TikTok stream now. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let me go look at Ondo one more time before I get out of here. Ondo just had a capitulation low down to $1.19.7, $1.19.8. So that is a good situation for me. Again, one more look at the 4-hour time frame. Ondo's really doesn't have any support now until about $1. So maybe you could have support $1.08, but that's still the next support I see is $1.08 on Ondo. So I'm hoping for the move to the downside. With that being said, guys, that is all I got. Thank you guys for stopping by and cheers. Adios.